So, when I was like watching the scene, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised. I usually miss this stuff, but like I instantly I was like, okay, first episode, like that same guy. But the thing that made me like really confused in the moment was trying to figure out how this connects with everybody getting killed and shot, right? So it is, if the why would the Yakuza on their own volition go out of their way to kill these people from the Public Safety Commission that Denji has been interacting with? Because I would think that they would have need to be potentially hired on, right?
I feel like I need to ask a question about the first episode to even start this discussion. Why did the Yakuza lead Denji to the zombie devil? Why did the zombie devil want him?
Why did the zombie devil want him?
In the first episode. Like, why was he led there and offered up by the Yakuza to the zombie devil? Were they just trying to get rid of him? Because it is interesting that he's already significant in some way enough to want to kill off to a devil.
He says only problem with dogs is I can't stand the
He just wanted to get rid of him.
Maybe he wanted to get rid of him. Maybe he wanted to get rid of Pochita.
Get rid of him so they could have Pochita. Maybe the zombie devil. Maybe that was a part of the deal. Is the zombie devil wanted Pochita?
Yeah. Maybe just going crazy because who knows nowadays? Time travel
travel devil.
Or prediction or like prophecy. That's the word I was looking for. This is going to happen. We heard about a chainsaw devil giving his heart in a prophecy to a person, and it's gonna be it's gonna cause all this mayhem. Let's kill it before it started, kind of thing.
I mean, or the gun devil is already orchestrating, and he's kind of like, I want to collect them all of the other weapon devils, so that he can still be the strongest, or he can lead an army of weapon devils. Especially now that we have that sword guy that is exactly like Chainsaw Man, Sword Man.
Yeah.
As I will lovingly call him.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's interesting how I definitely didn't think the Yakuza storyline was going to come back.
I didn't either, and that's why that's why it brought me right back to the first episode. The gun devil is after his heart. Which is Pochita.
So he's
after the actual Chainsaw Devil.
So I think my mind instantly would assume the Yakuza or this person, as well as all the other people, were hired on from something to do with the gun devil, right?
Right.
Or from something to do with another agency who's trying to get to Denji first. Or I don't know.
I feel like Pochita is the heart of it all. Because if the gun devil wants Denji's heart, then to me that means he wants Pochita, which means that maybe in the first episode, Pochita was the goal all along.
Maybe. But at the same time, it's not like they just went for Denji here, right? Even though Denji was shot in the head, so were presumably a bunch of other people who had nothing to do with the Yakuza. So on one hand, there is a chance that the storyline's going to go down a route that this has nothing to do with the Denji having Denji having this heart that the gun devil wants. It could be something like organizations feuding or the higher ups wanting to kill everybody on Group 4, or what is it called?
4th Division.
Yeah, 4th Division.
I mean, we could even say that they are a part of public safety. I know that that's crazy, but we already know that Makima's under fire for letting fiends into the 4th Division and trying to kind of come up with new ways to fight devils. I'm sure there are a lot of higher ups that hate her for that.
Yeah.
And hate the 4th Division. I mean, so it can't be totally thrown out as a possibility that these people are connected to the public safety.
It's not where my gut takes me, but I think that we should consider it, because my gut definitely takes me of they're trying to get Denji here or kill Denji here, right? That's what my assumption is. Which I would think the
public safety, some of them would want. But they would probably hire it out, right?
Agreed.
They probably wouldn't do it themselves. They would probably hire someone to get rid of these people.
So what do you think's more likely? That it's from the people hired were hired by the people by the gun devil, or do you think it was something else? If the Gun Devil can do that much destruction, I feel like...
Well, okay, there's also some other crazy thing that I'm thinking. If the Gun Devil wants Chainsaw Man's heart so bad, wouldn't some public safety think to try to make a deal with the Gun Devil in order to protect the general population?
Yeah.
In a sort of sacrificial way that we got with the Eternity Devil in the hotel. Get rid of Denji and all of you can live. And you can all walk out of here.
Yeah. How much of a coincidence is it that the Yakuza guy's grandson is also something similar to Denji? That seems kind of wild, right?
I feel like that's probably why they kept... Is that why they kept him around and why they would have wanted Puchita?
Maybe.
Because they would want to turn one of their men into this?
I don't know.
Maybe they already knew it existed. Maybe they did it right after they learned of Chainsaw Man.
We were told
unsure.
by Makima, I believe, that nothing like this has ever happened before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what Denji is. And like you wonder like if the Yakuza were trying to like make it happen or anything.
Secretly.
I just think it's an interesting connection.
It is odd that the grandson, right? The grandson?
That's what I'm assuming.
It's grandson?
Yeah.
Is able to basically be the same thing. Does that mean he had a little like I want to see what the sword devil looked like beforehand, because if it does not look like the twin brother to Puchita, I will honestly probably be a little disappointed.
So, do you think that it was a similar way that it happened, or this was maybe bestowed upon him?
I feel like it's a bestowed upon.
From the Gun Devil, potentially?
What are the odds that another devil would want to do what Puchita did? You know, Puchita did something crazy, which is sacrifice its life and its heart to keep this teenager's lusty dream alive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think all of these other devils would totally agree with that.
I agree
like,
with
even
you.
Power was like, that's ridiculous, you know?
Like it could totally have been the case, but it's not what I feel like.
What are the odds, you know, that every
Exactly.
single weapon devil would be willing to give up their heart for a human? Like, Denji and Puchita had a past. Denji raised and took care of Puchita and fed Puchita.
Yeah.
And they suffered together.
I don't know if this means the Fox Devil's like dead.
Well, it is just the head.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know, man. I could totally see like the Gun Devil maybe being like, well, what are the most dangerous things in the world that could potentially take me down? Or like just dangerous objects, swords, chainsaws, you know, like trying to just knock them out before they could get
And when I think about it, like, I'm more scared of a chainsaw devil than a sword devil. And why is because exactly in that Eternity Devil fight, Denji brings up the motion.
Yeah.
That it basically just shreds you.
Yeah.
I feel like a sword wound, it goes in, it comes out, you might be able to dress it and take care of it and not die as long as it doesn't hit something that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But the chainsaw is just gonna rip and shred, and the motion would be able to even lengthen a wound. So I'm more scared of chainsaws now. Well, I mean, like, what? Okay, so Halloween movies, you don't see scary Halloween villains with swords. You see them with chainsaws.
That's true.
So
you can't argue that. Halloween movies are like...
That is proof. That is all the proof you need.
Facts.
Of what is the most terrifying things.
So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that Aki and the connection with the sword is some sort of contract that has been made with the Curse Devil.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought it was the Nail Devil. For a
so
second,
this is what happened.
I'm a little confused.
So we didn't see anything, but right when Aki took his sword out and was about to use it, Power said a nail.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's because curses or like devils can tell each other, you know, whatever. I have no idea what a nail means.
My other evidence of that is after Aki would pierce the guy, it looked like almost like a ghostly arm did a little nail kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
maybe
so
like a nail in the coffin kind of thing.
Oh, one nail in the coffin, 1, 2, 3 nails in the coffin. But also it would fit the fact that this is basically like a death contract.
It was a countdown,
Aki.
3, 2, 1, 0.
because it takes his life. I think that's a great phrase, a nail in the coffin. Because it fits his circumstance that he's in. He's basically putting nails in his own coffin. That's awesome. I don't know the true meaning.
Aki's awesome. So cool, dude. So he had a gun, and the only that's so bizarre to this situation here. Which how can you not be like, okay, that's confirmation, gun devil.
It's a statement. Yeah. I feel like it's a calling card.
Yeah, like it was bestowed. You know.
It's a calling card, but also it was smart for him to have a gun because he's not going to just whip out his swords right there in the ramen restaurant. It's not the quickest way to dispose of the most people in that room.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to work quickly, you're not going to immediately turn into your sword self.
Yeah. So, okay. So the sword is
looks
the
like
nail.
A nail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time he hits him,
like
it's another nail in the coffin.
I think you are amazing. Thank you for saying the nail in the coffin
now
thing.
It just sounds like you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm really happy about that because I think that's literally what it's showing is a nail in the coffin. That's perfect. That's the perfect way to phrase it.
When this person says like acknowledges the fact that it's this many times with a nail and then seemingly causes the sword man. That's what I've written down.
That's all we can call him because Chainsaw Man.
So what do you think is up with the girl? Do you think that she is the gun devil? Do you think that she has like a contract maybe even with Power's blood devil or has control of blood and is able to like give more blood to make this sword man stronger? Like, what do you think the deal is?
What I think the deal is, we don't necessarily know how to kill something like Denji.
Yeah.
And so this is something like Denji, and I don't think a few strikes from Aki's sword, even though it is a cursed sword, I don't think we have enough like knowledge in this world. I don't think they have enough, the characters, on how to take down something they've never seen before.
Yeah.
Denji's the first person they've met that is like this.
God, being the sword nail thing is so fucking cool. I've never seen that before. It's awesome. So neat.
I also feel like I need to re-bleach my hair so that I can dress as this mysterious girl that has a contract with the snake devil. Like,
don't get me wrong. Like, she might have just been the cause of my favorite characters dying, but she's kind of cute and I like her design.
I already was like, oh, I had the perfect hair when I first bleached it and my roots were coming in for Kenma from Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Obviously why we dressed as characters from Haikyuu for like 2 Halloweens ago. But now I'm like, ooh, another character like that has hair like that. I need to. There's a few Demon Slayer characters that I was like, ooh, okay. But now I have another one. I'm like, yes, I need to just keep bleaching my hair. I need to keep doing it.
Yeah, I think you should.
I guess I'll like never run out of cosplays.
It was pink too, not too long ago. But the Sword Man, what are the odds, like, because it was bestowed to him or because of the lack of it being a consensual agreement and like instead just being put on him, he lacks the perfect balance of a transformation. If you look at his head, he has like the wirings kind of make up like Denji does if one of his limbs get cut off. But when Denji's the Chainsaw Man, I think looks a little more like human with like the mix of the chainsaw, you know? But this guy seems just like all sword.
I just think this guy's design is, I mean, like, I didn't think you could get better or like even hit the mark that Chainsaw Man hits in terms of like a character design of a Chainsaw Man. Yeah. But this Sword Man is, I mean, even his chin, like down to like every little detail is amazing. I also love this like hat, like coat, trench coat combination.
Yeah. I absolutely loved like the appearance and visuals of when the final contract with the Ghost Devil was made. I thought that it was such a unique design and it was so good.
And with the dialogue that was happening, we really get a picture even more so of why Himeno loves Aki so much. I mean, Aki has not been hardened by this business. Like, I feel like Himeno has become increasingly more fragile emotionally in this job because she has lost partner after partner after partner. But Aki has lost rookie after rookie after rookie, which are people that he is supposed to look after. It's a different dynamic than I have your back, you have mine. You're in charge of this person. They're your responsibility. And I almost feel like that might even hurt more, like psychologically, that all of your rookies are dying because you're the one that's supposed to look out for them and like help them get through this like first year or two. But oh my god, she says, and cry for me. I was like,
and like cry for me, and then each limb just being, or each portion of her body just being taken away.
I had this little hope when the first arm disappeared. I was like, okay, stop there. Only one arm. Just you can live and keep working with only one arm. And then the other one, and I was like, okay, you could probably still. There are people out there that in real life that can function like that. And when he looks back and there's nothing left of her, I was like, oh.
She
completely disappeared.
I'm assuming.
Is she a ghost? Do you think that when you give your body to the ghost devil that you become, maybe you have to like live as a ghost after that? That'd be interesting.
Do ghosts exist in this world, or does just a ghost devil exist because of the idea of ghosts? Exist?
Well, I mean, guns exist, even though there's a gun devil. So if there's anything you could be scared of, eternity as a concept exists, and then there's an eternity devil. I know that ghost is like a totally different, it is not super relatable to either of those things, but...
Well, like, is there like a Bigfoot devil, for example?
Weren't people like mad at me about saying that Bigfoot wasn't real? Which is so funny. Have you ever watched Finding Bigfoot?
Such a good show.
Such a good show.
Whoever this person with what I think a snake devil contract is, whoever she is, I love her chunky shoes.
Oh, chunky shoes! I know, that's like one of my favorite parts. The big sweatshirt, the chunky shoes. I have some chunky shoes, and now I'm like, ooh, maybe I should get some that look like that.
So what do you think, prediction time, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think, Aki is going to pull out more stops, maybe put on the eye patch to remember Himeno, and then keep going? Do you think Denji's going to wake up, try to help? Maybe Makima isn't actually dead and comes help and faces off. Maybe it's like Pokemon trainers. Makima uses Denji, and then this other cute girl uses Swordman.
Okay. So we have been told that even devils feel fear. So power isn't acting. And I don't think power will act, because power feels fear.
God, I
and
hope power
Power knows that power feels that power couldn't beat this team up that's happening right now. And the only person that we have in this cast that feels no fear and is willing to charge in. Well, I feel like Aki's willing to charge in even if he feels like he could die. But it's different, because I don't think Denji thinks about the fact that he could die. I think he just charges in. And I feel like Denji is the person, the only person at this moment that I feel like could stand up right now. I mean, like I said, we don't know what it would take to kill Denji. Like, we don't know exactly what it would take to kill the Sword Devil. He got shot in the head. If that was a normal human, he would be dead. But he's not a normal human. So I think that Denji is the piece of the puzzle to the rest of this fight. And I hope that I hope Denji stands up and is able to fight, and that Power can turn her attention to the wound on Aki's chest. Now that Himeno's gone, there's only one other person there that probably can't fight right now that would need the Blood Devil's assistance. And that is Aki.
Okay. So I just like had a quick succession of thoughts in regards to what, like, we've been told a couple times, like, we don't know what to call Denji. Like, he's not like a fiend.
He's not a fiend. He's not the Chainsaw Devil.
Yeah, and then this Sword Man is neither human nor devil. So I was like... Yeah,
even the fox was like, what is this disgusting thing that you put in my mouth?
So I was like, not a human or a devil. What about a Dooman or a Hevel? And then I was like, that's fucking stupid, Ben, because it's not like 50-50, like the whole point of what Denji is or Swordman is. So you have to like split up the words half and half. And if you split up devil and human, you get D-Man, which sounds like demon. So these could be demons.
Ooh.
Maybe that's a good name for them.
So I have one point of frustration, and that is that I love to mix words and put them together, and you always make fun of me for it.
No.
Yes.
Demon, do you like it?
Yes, of course I like it because I like doing things like that, but you always make fun of me, and so I'm like slightly frustrated at you at the moment. How dare you do the thing that you make fun of me for with a straight face.
Hey man, it's a good idea.
And think that I'm just supposed to take it and be happy about it.
If you didn't do it, I would. All right. You have anything else?
Oh, I feel like I do have so many things, but I can't like think of them or articulate them. So I'm sure that intro of next episode, I'm sure after editing this, we will have realized some things.
Yeah.
But I think I'll just put the nail in the coffin to the end of this discussion and say reiterate my theory that the only one dead is Himeno. And that is where I will end things off, is my theory. Yeah, pretty good theory. I probably confidently agree with it. Cool. But thank you. Yeah. Thank you for agreeing with me confidently. 3, 2, 1, 0. This was maybe bestowed upon him. This was maybe bestowed upon him. This was maybe bestowed upon him. This was maybe bestowed upon him.